Hey, what's up, my wonderful world of YouTube? My name's Chris. You guys are tuned into Motivated Living. Today, it's going to be one of them personal topics. I'm going to talk about depression, something I've probably shared on the channel before, but with it being the holiday season this time of year, depression seems to hit home, closer to home with a lot of people. So I'm going to open up a little bit, and I'll talk on depression a little bit, and maybe share some things that have helped me. So sit tight, I'll be right back.
Welcome to Motivated Living.
Change is on the horizon.
Alright everybody, welcome to the channel. Usually that's where I thank you guys who are subscribed and invite you to subscribe and all that other stuff. But I'm just going to thank y'all for being here, for checking it out, and hopefully you'll get some sort of help or upliftment out of this video. First and foremost, with me starting the channel Motivated Living, it was to share positive content and help give back. So I'll give a little backstory. Me being a person who struggles, I decided to wear my I Have Issues shirt today for the video. And it's really not a joking manner, but it seemed fitting because, I have issues too. So I'm not just somebody making up content to share with you guys who has no idea about the struggle of these things. And I share a lot of positive content, and I'm not the most positive of people all the time. I have to stop and I have to reflect and remind myself and refocus. And a lot of my videos are to help me do that as well. And in the meantime, I'm hoping to give back to somebody else to help someone else who may be struggling. So I share these positive, uplifting videos and other content, one, to get things off my chest, and two, I always hope that I can reach somebody and help somebody else, and someone else can benefit from what I've learned from my struggles. So with that in mind, I do have issues. I struggle mentally, just like a lot of y'all probably do. Being a man, I tend not to go talk to anybody. You should go see counseling, and I don't do that. Am I saying that's wrong? Yeah, it could be. If you don't want to, though, if we as people don't want to go talk to other people, we don't have to. But it is healthy to get things out and not bottle them up, because I have been one who bottled things up and then explode, So that could be very destructive, and it can also be implosive too, where you just explode on the inside. And a lot of times when it happens with people, very bad things tend to happen. So the topic I was going to discuss is depression, and I fight depression every day, every day. A plethora of reasons, and there's also some that I just don't know. I'll be in a great mood, then all of a sudden something will hit me and whole demeanor will change, and I have to fight to get myself back in check. That's why I share things. I'll say, focus on something positive in your life. So I'll look for something positive and focus on that, shift my focus, or else I'll be out of whack all day, be just head down and sad and depressed, thinking off the wall stuff. I battle suicidal thoughts on a regular basis, which isn't healthy, but I know just as quick as the next person, I could be that one to smile one day for you guys, and if I lose focus and track, I could be the one you're reading an obituary of tomorrow. So that's real. It is real, and that's why I share stuff like that, because I know the battle. I've lost family members to suicide, I've lost friends, we've lost people to addictions, and then just lost people in general because it was their time to go, unfortunately. May anybody who's lost anybody, may everybody who has passed rest in peace, But this time of year seems to hit close to home for a lot of people, which it's not supposed to be a sad time of year. It's supposed to be a joyous time of year. So I'm not really understanding why we tend to get down this time of year. It could be anything from being alone to being overwhelmed with the shopping stuff or the gift-giving process, even to not being able to, or the financial struggle that comes. You tend to focus on bills and how they just amass and pile up, and there could be a variety of reasons. And I have a big reason. My best friend and wife, she suffers every single day, and I've told a couple of my friends that I've met through the wonderful world of Facebook. I made some really good friends. Two of them I comment on other videos. Ricky, Civilized Redneck, Matt, Georgia Gent. We kind of talk on a regular basis. And there's others, who are really supportive too. Kelly, Jen, I'm sure you'll be watching. And if I didn't name some of you guys, I apologize. But I've shared these things with them, and it gets to a point where I'm tired of watching her suffer. It's hard. I can't do anything. I'm here. I'm here for her. I try to help her out. I take care of stuff around the house and work and, things we're supposed to do anyway. But, then I'd see days where, her health's just, she's suffering. And that eats at a person. It really does. There's days I just don't want to have to see it anymore. And not just to the meaning like I want to leave type deal. Not in them words, but it's hard, And I love and care about her very, very much. So, but in the midst of all that, I have to bring myself back here and not get so out there thinking of the pain or the sadness or whatever it may be, and I have to try to find some sort of positive. We're here. She's here. And it doesn't matter if that's just my situation. It could be the Bill situation. But man, we got a roof over our head. Got a vehicle, we ate, just got done having, a late night snack, whatever it may be. We got clothes on our back. There's always something, there's always a positive in there somewhere to where you can stop and give thanks, and even if those things aren't in the picture, obviously you're watching YouTube, so you have access to the internet and to watch YouTube. That's a positive thing right there, because there's some people that don't, who won't be able to see this message because they do not have access. So, with that being said, something comes to mind. If we give up, we're done. So it's not about if you're going to get knocked down in life, because trust me, you're going to get knocked down in life. I don't care if you're, this little average Joe or this big old billionaire. It happens, all the time. It doesn't matter. Depressions, disorders, casualties, stress, all that stuff doesn't, it's not contained by money or social status or religion, or sex or any of that. So it hits everybody. So it's not a matter of if it's going to happen. It's a matter of when, and how do we deal with it? Do we choose to stay down there on the ground and just give up? Or do we get back up? And ultimately that's what matters, is we get back up. We always get back up. You have to keep going. Now, how do I do that? Well, again, I try to shift my focus on something positive. And sometimes I need a reminder too, and my wife is one of the most positive people I've ever met, because though she suffers every day, and though it's kind of, I don't want to say a doom and gloom type situation, but she's come to terms with it, and her acceptance is huge, and she wants to make the best of every day that's left, and she stays positive. She says, why spend what's left being miserable, being down all the time? I want to be happy. And that's a choice. We choose to be happy, or we choose to be sad. When I put my head down and get depressed, if I don't catch it, she catch it. Hey, pick your head up. You're better than that. Boom. She's like my Jiminy Cricket, on my shoulder, my good conscience. So even though I bring you all this positive content, I suffer too. And I battle every day. No better than anybody else. I'm just sharing things that help me daily. Things that have helped me for years. Because I've been in a very dark place and made a lot of mistakes. But I chose to not be that person, because we're not our past. We're not our mistakes. They don't dictate us. Granted, there's judgment from others in society, or people who knew us from that path, and but it's up to us to not even prove to them, but prove to ourselves that we're better, and we strive to be better each and every day, one way or another. Oh, gotta pick yourself up, keep going, never give up, never stay down. And another key thing is, kind of pick your company too. That helps. So in my past life, I guess you'd say, past way of living, and I made some poor choices due to what's going on up here. And after my dad had killed himself, I lost my mind for a while, and this was the man who actually raised me in more way than one. Not the first. And then the prior video I shared of one of my mother's exes when I was a child, who did a lot of bad things. This isn't who I'm referring to, because I don't have really nothing for him, and I'm still working on the animosity of that. But this is the good guy who came around and raised me as his own, and then raised me. But I wasn't profane. I already knew better. But I made a plethora of bad decisions. This kind of I didn't know how to deal with stuff, so I crammed it in, and then I drank, partied, and I won't get into all the things that were put into my body, but it was a very destructive path. One that almost killed me, one that almost killed others, and one I ended up having to pay a pretty costly price for it. But I turned my life completely back around and got back on the right path, and now do right. And I still sometimes get judged by that. Not around here, maybe people I've met, and then they find out certain things, like oh man, he got in trouble. Ooh, I ain't gonna talk to him no more. Yeah, whatever, your loss. You can't let that affect your persona, because I could let that beat me up, keep me down, and be like, you know what, forget you. But you have to stay positive, stay focused, keep proving, and people in the community know, like I'm back there in that good light, about helping others. It's about change, forward motion. I don't want to say never look back, because I look back, but I don't look back as a means of, like I said, there's been times I'm like, man, I miss that money from that old way of life, and but that's stinking thinking, and you're like, oh, get out of my mind. But now I look back, because I don't associate with a lot of them people, but now if there's someone who's genuinely needs help, I'm all for lifting a hand back. But when you help others, you have to do it in a manner that is not going to drag you back also. So sometimes you just have to cut the ties and pray for them, or somehow send positivity their way without putting yourself in harm's way. And that went off track on the depression thing. So it is real. There's numbers. There's suicide helpline and veterans helpline. I've posted them numbers before in other videos. I will put them somewhere in here, like a crisis prevention type deal. And you could always reach out in the comments if you're comfortable. But if you need help, there's people out there, that want to listen and who genuinely care. And some of us don't want anything in return except doing good to our fellow humans, And there's ways you can reach out. It's anonymous. You don't have to worry about somebody, my wife would say 302 you, or turning you in and getting you, And then there's sometimes where you kind of need to go knock on the door and say, hey man, I need some help. Sometimes we have to. I've done it. She's been my shoulder many a times. So none of us are above that. But we can dictate how we're going to be. If we're going to allow it to keep us down, if we're going to give up, if we're going to surrender, it's a choice. It's a choice I make every day too. No better than you. We're human, Me sitting here looking at this camera talking to y'all, it's me opening up and sharing with many of you guys are strangers. Some I know. I don't know who all's out there watching anymore. Honestly, my numbers have grown, but certain numbers, I see a pattern on the video, the view count, and then later someone will just pop up out of nowhere that said they found it in a search or something. And so I never know. Some of you guys I do know. Some of y'all know my struggle. And now you all know it who watch. So, but it's all good. I'm all right with that if it can help somebody, because that's ultimately what this channel's about. So if the fragrance content isn't, for everybody, and this is why you're here, this stuff's going to continue, because this is why my channel started, is to bring that. So I hope you got something out of this. I don't know what all I can do, but if there's anything I can do or any content we can talk about, I could even do a live stream, which my first one didn't go too well a couple days ago. I made it private because I don't know, there was too many issues with it, I think. I'm not sure. But I'd like to have the computer sitting somewhere where it's not going to move around, and maybe it be announced. So I am planning on one this weekend. If you guys want to check it out, maybe give me some times that work for everybody, and we could talk about anything under the sun. I'm sure some other people who will watch are field specific, and they help people too who would be there. We have a Q&A, chop it up. But whatever, drop the comments. I appreciate you stopping by. If you don't want to subscribe, you don't want to like, comment, that's cool, man. I don't mind. But I do hope that I was able to help one person out there. The more the better. And even if it's just one, it's worth my suffering to help end somebody else's, or help somebody have a better journey. So thanks again. I appreciate it. You guys have a great day. Be blessed. And even if you have to fight, fight hard. Fight hard and find it, because there is a silver lining. There's beauty in life. We just have to look for it sometimes. You do see it. You focus on it with your whole heart. Don't let go. And everything's going to be all right. Thank you, guys. You have a great day. Guys, gals. Thank you, my people. Have a great day. Be blessed. Peace.
Motivated living.
Change is on the horizon.